going to present you what is Andika, just in some words, what we do here, and what we are planning to do in the future. So people can just see this, Andika first. Andika, our motto is write your own story. And you may wonder why Andika. Andika is first Kirundi name from the verb Andika, which means to write. So Andika means write. That's why even the motto is write your own story. When I was
Burundi?
Yeah?
It's in Burundi?
In Kirundi is for Andika. Andika, yeah.
Okay. So now I've learned a new Burundi word to add to my vocabulary.
Yeah, sure. So when I was telling people that Andika has the motto write on the story, people would ask why. Why this write on the story? Because when I was a student, I used to read, but my dream was to become a writer. And then I happened to write one book in French, and I published it in Italy. So Andika became my motto. So it was like writing my own story, because I was my previous dream, because I dreamed about writing a book and I did it. So the brand I created, I thought automatically about the verb, the name Andika, because when I was trying to get this idea, people could say, because we are from the other side, the countryside, people could say, how are you going to do it? That's your hand names and whatever. It's a too long story. Me, I just graduated in English, in the Department of English in the Institute for Applied Pedagogy at the University of Burundi. After my university studies, my bachelor degree, I was hired as a journalist. And then it was in February 2022 when my dream became a reality. Just stepping backward, I used to work online with the organization from US called Translators Without Borders. When I was at the university, they sent me back too. And then I got some clients online because I was accustomed to working online. And then I got a gig from Kenya of a publishing house looking for translators, and they give me a gig. I work on that. After the work, when I was working, I was working tonight from 6 p.m. up to 11:30 because I had to sleep and just go to the work. Andika, first of all, everybody knows that here there is a lot of rate of unemployment. So Andika is contributing to the reduce of unemployment because, as you see, they are the youngest. Here, we don't charge people, say you have to get experience. Just you prove what you are able and welcome here. We don't tell people your experience 3 years, 2 years, because we've seen that this is a challenge. And that's why we are trying to create jobs. That's why in Andika, I'm going to tell you about services. We have many services. We think that if one fails, another one will help us to grow up. So we are creating jobs. We are trying to create jobs and to reduce unemployment. So Andika also is promoting entrepreneurship, innovation, and creativity in Burundi, East Africa, Africa, and the diaspora by using ICTs. We are promoting entrepreneurship because we've seen that in Burundi, every kind of, I'm going to talk about media after, all kinds of media. They are interested in the actualities, in the politics, in the music. They ignore the entrepreneurs, those young who are trying to do something to get up. And we thought about promoting innovation also. You can see people in up country. So we promote also creativity. You can see people here. People are doing, for example, communication at the university, and they are noting. They are just trying to create something. They are drawers. They are getting money a little bit to fund their studies. So that's why we are promoting this person to get clients. And most of the time, we never charge them money. Because as someone who grew up in the up country and who came here for studies, I know the challenges they are facing. So we want to be, the voice of the whole Africa, not only Burundi, East Africa, no. That's why even we are using English. I'm going to tell you this. Our services, as I told you, we promote entrepreneurship by enhancing their visibilities. Also, we are going to teach languages like English, because we've seen people here. As I'm going to tell you, English is the language of opportunities, but also a language of the future. Because when I studied English. That's when I started to get some opportunities. We do also digital communication and translation as well. So you can ask, why do we mostly use English, whereas we are in Burundi? English is a global language. As I told you, it's a language of opportunities. Every time that I type in Google opportunities, just I get them in English. In French, there is a little bit. Reason why we use this. Another one, global language, we can reach a lot of people using English than using French. And when we use post in Kirundi on Facebook, we make sure we translate it in English to put it on our website. Language of the future, because English is conquering the world, and you can see some innovations, what they are doing with people, they are putting it in English. That's why we use English. But also, we want to show people that they have also to learn English, even though they are in the French-speaking country. We thought about creating a magazine.
Wow.
And I can just start giving you this one. This is a prototype. This is a prototype of the magazine we try to work on of women, the strong women who try to create something. So we were promoting them during the month of women. And this is a prototype because we have at least 55 stories. So we needed to show you the prototype, like the sample.
Yeah.
So,
great.
We want also to create a magazine of entrepreneurship. And our idea is to instill entrepreneurship, innovation, and creativity in schools and universities. If we can get how to print a lot of, we can just give to the schools and universities. Apart from promoting entrepreneurship and innovation, they will also discovering what other young people are doing in Burundi. Because you can see people saying there is no job, but they are able to do something, but they are afraid of starting. So they can see how people started, the challenge they faced from our magazine, and then try to do something as that. Another thing else is to inspire the young to learn English and use it. Because we've been in some schools in the up country, they have no libraries. Just we hand them this, it's like a learning area for the teachers. So that's why we thought about the magazine. Another thing else, we are going to create what we call Andika Creative Studio. Andika Creative Studio will welcome some times of discussion table among the young who are studying in schools which are using a lot of French to learn from other schools which are using English, how to use English. Discussion table on education, entrepreneurship, and general knowledge. When we get our own materials and our own studio, we'll be covering events. We'll be also working together, working well on documentaries. When I started in the office, I was alone. But now, you see how many people are here. even though we still struggle with means, we've tried to create jobs. And another impact is that more than 100 young were featured on our website. They are not only Burundians, they are those from Tanzania, from Kenya, from Uganda, from Somalia, and there is one from Nigeria who is now residing in Germany. There are those who are in Canada. So because we are digital, it's easy to get them. You support them on social media, they are doing something great. You text them, you send them an email or on WhatsApp, you send them questions, you edit an article, they send you pictures, you post. We don't need to go to US to see them because we use ICTs. There are more than 250 young who own small businesses promoted through our social media. As I told you, on the website we use English, but on social media we use every kind of language that are taught in Burundi. And also we offer professional and academic internships. So, challenges never lack. Despite all our efforts, all our sleepless nights, slavering, fighting, we've been across different challenges, especially lack of materials. We are trying to get materials like you see, we don't own the professional cameras. We need more computers because we are working together. When they will be done, we have with their studies, we have to welcome them in the office because we've been working with them. We know their strength. So we will be in need of some computers, but also lack of means. Because I've been doing what you call saving. Since I quit Andika, I have never got people to give me money. I am using my own money. Sometimes I can be in trouble and try to get out of it. So that's why even we still have just few human resources because we can't tell people to come in the office whereas we don't have the salary. That's why we are still 4 in the office, whereas we can also be more. But also we still have one office because to pay the rent is not easy. Yes, because if this is printed, it will help people to learn from others.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship.
Some really interesting projects in here that I
Yes,
see.
and also they will learn English from that. Because as I told you, people from up country, there are some schools, they don't have any library. So if we hand them this, they will go home just reading English, but also while reading English, they will be learning how people just manage to create some companies just to survive.
The question is the delivery method in online or in printing.
Yeah, we have to.
How do you reach more audience?
In Burundi.
And in Burundi,
Like, better to have a printed magazine.
when it is printed, it's good.
Yeah.
Because
People lack.
yeah,
information.
they don't have means to use like internet is not good.
Yeah, I also think that printing is good because it encourages people to read. As we know, generally Africans and also Burundians, we don't read that much. Like, we don't really go into books. I think it's a good initiative and it's going to encourage people to actually read. But I think you can also do both online and printing because, but online you not go through something and not care and you don't go like that. But if you hold a hard copy book and you read, you engage with that thing more because online, it just passes.
Especially amazing that's celebrating and highlighting entrepreneurship and kind of young people in Burundi doing amazing, innovative things, especially income generating things, because
Yes.
our top priority for the embassy is promoting and advancing economic prosperity. So I have no idea what the cost of something like this would be in Burundi. So if you're interested in putting in a proposal,
Yes.
one of the key things for us that can be a challenge is that we only fund not-for-profit projects.
Yes.
So it would have to be where we would support, the creation of the magazine, where you could use a grant to pay salaries and materials and printing, but you couldn't charge for the magazine, if that makes sense. So it would have to be a free magazine.
Yes.
And maybe then after this initial grant, you could then change it as you move forward if you wanted to make it for profit. But what I would recommend is working with JDD and our colleague, do you know Dieu Nkurunziza? I don't know if you've met before, she's our grants manager.
Yeah, I know her.
But you can go on our website and there's the grant information with the budget template, the narrative, what you need to put in. And you can submit a proposal. If
Yes.
it's under $25,000,
Yes.
we can look at it internally to support. If it's over that, we have to send it back to DC,
Yes.
and then they evaluate what they think of it. But we really are committed to supporting our alum, from all our different exchange programs, and we love startups and entrepreneurial projects,
Yes.
and we're interested in that. And then the other thing I thought of from a for-profit perspective would be to see how we might be able to intersect your skill set and our needs,
Yes.
which wouldn't be a grant, it would just be like a purchase order, like a vendor agreement. If we wanted to partner to highlight or do like a video series, like a production project where you're actually creating something for us and we're paying you for the service.
Yes, thank you.
So those are things that JDB and I can bring back to our team and talk about how we might see this happening.
Yes.
Because I would love for us to do more. We don't have the resources internally to do video production
Yes.
or some social media stuff might be able to be enhanced. So I think that that's somewhere where we could work together that would benefit your organization from
Yes.
finance, like building capacity, and then also, you'd have us as a partner, and you could use those things as your presentation to other partners to
Yes.
try to expand your services, because
Yes.
those services are the money makers.
Mm.
And that's where you're going to have like a source of income coming
Yes.
in to allow you to do the other projects that you're doing.
Yes.